Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. Coming to you from the floor of my office again because Boo Boo needs my attention again today. So we're sitting here on the floor with him. But today I want to talk to you about how you identify yourself. How do you view yourself? How do you describe yourself to others? Because we can get kind of locked into one kind of identification that defines us and it might be limiting us in different ways. It could be a role in our family. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a caregiver, I'm an aunt, I'm a pet mama. Or it could be your occupation. I'm an accountant, I'm a musician, I'm a tour guide at Universal Studios. I don't know. But that could be how you see yourself because a lot of people, their job is their life. And what if something happens? What if they get laid off and they lose that job? Then there's no identity. What if you're in a situation like mine where I'm a caregiver 24/7? When that person finally moves on, who are you? What's your identity? If you view yourself primarily as a child, what happens when you lose your parents? There are so many ways that you can identify yourself, but we all identify ourselves some way. So I want you to think about how you identify yourself. And the little story I want to share, I've shared it before, but it's really, really pertinent with this because this one element allowed me to finally release lupus in my body and allow my body to be healed. I was finally cured of lupus after 26 years. I was diagnosed when I was 15. I was very sick. I lost my appetite, so I lost weight, which was great. I was very weak. I was fatigued all the time. I had arthritis all over my whole body. I mean, I know what it feels like to be in a body that's like a 90-year-old with horrible arthritis. So I've been there, I've lived it, but I slowly got better. It's the reason that I got into health and healing and holistic health and natural remedies and treatments and all that kind of thing. And I did all that for years, 26 years. Studied it, got certified in different modalities, which is why I do what I do. But I wasn't ready to release it. And it wasn't until I watched this online class that Oprah did with Eckhart Tolle in 2008 when his book, A New Earth, came out. And he was talking about how we identify ourselves. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but that just really struck me. And I realized that for years I'd been identifying myself with lupus. It would be the first thing I would share with people sometimes, depending on the situation, usually in a new job or if I had a new boss. I would say, "Hi, I'm Tanna, and I have lupus, by the way." Because there were days when I just couldn't get out of bed. There were days I was completely fatigued. And I used to think to myself, if I don't have lupus to blame this fatigue on, then I'm just lazy. But the reality is, I'm a human being, I'm not a machine, and I need to rest. If I'm tired, it's okay to rest. So I had to come to that realization, but it was really about the light bulb moment where I was like, oh my God, I completely identify myself with lupus. Hi, I'm Tan and I have lupus. And I didn't want to identify with that anymore. I was finally ready to let go of it. I thought, I don't need this. And it's okay for me to give myself permission to rest. If I'm tired or fatigued for whatever reason, it's okay for me to say, I need time to rest to whoever, to my family, to my boss, to coworkers, whatever. It's okay. And once I had that realization, I felt something click. And I went to my doctor and I got my blood tested. And she called a few days later and she's like, wow, you don't have lupus anymore. So this stuff works. Your mind is really, really powerful. So it can define how you're living, it can define your health. And, I really wish that people who have had some kind of illness in the past, whatever it is, will just kind of move beyond that and not keep identifying themselves with whatever that illness was. And I don't want to take anything away from anybody's experience of overcoming anything and feeling like I survived this, because that's very, very valid. But I want you to make sure that whatever you're feeling is empowering. And let's focus on the health that we have now. Like, I am a healthy person. I am the master of my body, my mind, my spirit, my being, and I choose health and well-being now. That's who I am. I am a person of well-being. I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm vibrant. Let's focus on that kind of thing. And it's a little bit better. I don't want to put labels on things, but if you can identify with something general about yourself that really speaks to who you are as a person. I'll give you an example. What I like to focus on now, so I don't put myself in one little box that has to do with my role in my family or caregiving for my mom, or even I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm an author. I don't want to be stuck in any one little box because any of those could change at any moment. So I like to focus on I am a divine being of love and light. I love that because we all are. You are a divine being of love and light. We all are. So think about the basic qualities that you want to embody in your life. How do you want to feel? How do you want to put yourself out in the world? How do you want to be perceived by others? And identify with that and make sure it's positive and that it feels good. Then it's not coming from your ego, like, I want to be the wealthiest person in the world. Well, if you want to be the wealthiest person in the world because you can do so much good and you can help so many people and organizations, that's different. But just try to weigh where it's coming from. Does it come from a really good place that's deep in your soul, that's coming from your heart, that is going to be like a light shining into the world? Or is it an ego based place like, I'll show them, screw all those people that didn't believe in me before? So that's, I think you see where I'm coming from. That's not really going to serve you in the long run because, again, whatever that is could come tumbling down. But who you are at the core, the essence of who you are, can never be taken away from you. So being a divine being of love and light and identifying with that, that's always with you. That's always from within you. That's who you were born into this world. It's who you were before you came here. It's who you'll be after you're gone. So it's a beautiful way to identify, I think, and it's something that I try to remember all the time. When I get in my head too much and think, oh, I'm stuck in this role, I'm caregiving, and then I have to go and build my career as a coach and a teacher, and this just lets go of all of that. It takes me off the hook of having to be a certain way or trying to be a certain person in my life or in the world. And I want you to do the same for yourself. Get yourself off the hook with how you're identifying yourself. If it doesn't feel good, if it's not really serving you, and find an identity, and find a way to identify yourself that feels good, that's more general, that's not really attached to anything. That's the big thing. It's not attached to anything. It's just general, it just feels good, and how you're identifying yourself can never be taken away from you. So, my best examples, divine being of love and light. That's who I am, that's who you are, and just find something that feels good to you if that doesn't quite do it for you. But I see you as a divine being of love and light, and I'm seeing you as a divine being of love and light as well. So I want to thank you for being here and sharing this love and light with me every Friday and joining me once again this week. I really, really appreciate it. I feel like it helps me shine my light to do these messages for you, and it makes me feel really good. And it does come from my heart and my soul and the deepest part of me that just wants to help and serve and share what I know and inspire and uplift. So I really hope that you're receiving it that way on your end. So if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below. And if you would like these videos delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, jump over to my website, tannamarshall.com, get on the mailing list. You get a little message from me every Friday, and there's a free gift for you there as well. So just think about how you're identifying yourself and go into the weekend kind of pondering this and how do you want to see yourself? How do you want to view yourself? How do you want the world to view you? And something that can never be taken away from you. So dig deep and find that identity of who you really, really are. Divine being of love and light. I'm just going to throw that out there again. So whatever it is, make sure it feels good. Take it with you, and I will see you next time.